Hi, this is Slimedog.
And Topo.
And today we're playing, well, we're actually playing with the Pokemon Mini. We're doing so inside of the Pokemon Channel game on the Nintendo Gamecube. A lot of the Pokemon Mini games have been emulated there. Sort of like how they used to do ROMs available in Animal Crossing.
Right.
But the Pokemon Mini was a really cool portable system that Nintendo put out. It was a little tiny, like the size of a pager, if you know what that is. And it had cartridges the size of postage stamps, and it was basically a little tiny Game Boy. Yes, that's true. Get off my lawn. It was a really fun system. The only way you could get it in the States was through mail order through the Pokemon Center in New York.
Well, if you lived in New York, you could have popped over there.
I guess you could, yeah. But it wasn't sold
basically, that's
other stores. Yeah.
Pokemon
So
Center in New York City.
It's quite hard to come by. And, like, now for collectors, it's also quite hard to come by. So if you wanted to check it out, this is really kind of the only feasible way to do so nowadays without plunking down cash on eBay or whatever. There's 6 games that come with the system in Pokemon Channel. I believe only one of them. I think this one is only available like in this game, like only available as software in Pokemon Channel. But the other 5 are parts of games or entire games that came out for the system. So, like to kind of walk through them.
The actual physical system came with.
Oh, came with Pokemon Party, which was a collection of like 6 mini games, and 3 of those are here. So the ones that came with Party, and by mini games I mean they're like really small, like Slow King Judge, and here we can let's just work our way over. We can kind of talk them one by one.
What were the other games that came out with the physical mini?
The Pokemon Pinball Petite, and the Pokemon Puzzle Collection.
That's 3. Where was the 4th?
Oh, with the mini, these 3. Oh, the actual cartridges. Yeah. Zany Cards was the other one, and that one's not represented here in Virtual, which is too bad because it's actually a really cute little card game.
Let's start.
So let's see. We'll walk through the kind of the quickie ones first. Snorlax's Lunchtime. This is the one that wasn't available on the cartridge, so software only. You can zoom in.
So I guess there's a little exchange on that.
Yeah.
Haha.
And on this one, you have to eat food, but not Pichus that show up on your plate. So the pineapples, fruit, bread. The faster you do it, the better the points you get. But if you go too fast, you'll start eating Pikachus.
Oh,
and like that. Oh, I ate a Pikachu.
No.
Or a Pichu, I guess. And there you go. Apparently I'm on the high score table. Boom. I am second with 14. Wow. And there you go. That is the entirety of this game.
They are mini games.
Yeah, that's true.
Minis.
This one is pretty small. In fact, several of them are small-ish. Oh, I exit. There we go. And the interface for Pokemon Channel is a bit painful as well. Like, there's a lot of like long, unskippable transitions.
Still fun.
Dude, the thing had an IR reader and a rumble built into the hardware. I'm telling you.
And it's so tiny.
And it had an on-system game save. So, like...
And it came out, what year do we remember?
Oh, boy.
Go look up your game pack.
I don't think it's published anymore. Oh, we missed it. Okay, so there's, let's see.
Wait, what?
Play it. You gotta judge whether it's in or out.
Okay.
Out. I don't actually know...
How do you... Oh.
There's 2 buttons. Okay, so I'm gonna assume the A button is in, and the bumper, the Z trigger, which is a weird bumper to do. Is it? There's a how to play. I could read the instructions. Nope, that's not it. It's not the Z bumper. Okay, let's go to how to play. I'm actually reading the instructions on a game that has... Okay.
A and B. It is A and
B. Okay, so there's 2 buttons. Okay.
Let's make the call. In.
A. Oh, it's in, press B. I see. Out, press A. I see. So you press it on the...
on the left or right, kind of.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Nice little demo for a game the size of a postage stamp. To have a little demo like that.
Alright. Finally, we got the hang on this one. Woo, that was in. Whoa! In! Oh.
What the heck? Who's playing this game? Now they're invisible? What a dirty pool. Oh, and I got the wrong one. No! Wow. Okay. So there you go. That's that.
And again, similar to the Animal Crossing that had the systems you could put down in the basement, which we did, this has a little mini system in here.
Yeah, you can play the whole game emulated. This kind of big screen thing is a decent way to do it. You can put different skins on that weren't in the original. Like, we've got like a wood grain skin, and obviously it wasn't, you couldn't put a wood grain skin on a real Pokemon Mini.
Right.
But, on this one you have to...
Just push the ball as far as
you can. Keep bouncing the ball, and the more you bounce, the faster you go. And if it gets behind you, then it takes time to catch up and get it going again. So you're trying to get to the finish line in as quick as time as possible, which basically means by missing it as few times as you can, as possible.
Or behind it, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, this is not going to be a record-breaking time.
Won't be record. Slow.
Boom. 27.8 seconds.
Oh my goodness. That's okay.
Let's see if it records my time. It doesn't even... It adds
no,
up,
if
no.
you show the ranking, it might have it.
Yeah, I'm sure it wasn't even a high score. Okay, and then this is the last game that was in the part of Puzzle Collection, the last kind of mini game. And this one is the Dash one. This is like strictly a reflex test.
2001?
That sounds about right. Yeah, it could be. I think it's 2001. So as soon as he hits the thing, you got to hit the button. As soon as he goes.
Whoa.
0.36 seconds.
Oh my gosh.
And I still lost. So it's a pretty good reflex test. Now, oddly, kids do really well on this sort of thing.
That's not odd.
Like, well, yeah, smaller synapses, less distance for the nerves to travel. So yeah, actually, this is the sort of game where, like, you know, if you, like, put this in front of a kid, they're going to do better than an adult, generally.
That makes sense. Oh.
Oh, even worse.
Wow.
Something tells me I'm not going to beat
crazy.
that. This game is hardcore. This is the new Dark Souls. Demon Souls. Okay, now these are the two that are actually worth a darn. This guy, the Pokemon Pinball Petite, isn't actually really pinball. It's more of a series of puzzle boards based in sort of a pinball format, dressing. If you check it out, let's see, there's Quest, Time Attack, and Score Attack, and these other modes open once you clear out enough stuff in Quest.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. That's a lot of quests.
It hasn't recorded any of my scores. Interesting. You can play it with... This is where you select the character at the bottom, the guy who actually bumps the ball, and the different characters have different shaped heads, which can affect how the ball behaves. So Diglett's got a nice round head. It pretty much goes where you think it's going to go. And you control it with the bumper, not the main button, so just be aware if he's not going where you want it to. And you see, you're trying to get the ball to just go in the hole.
Though nicely, once you do get it to go in, it seals off, so you don't have to worry about getting it in that same hole 20 times and not being able to get the others, so that's cool.
And you're basically just trying to fill up all the holes. Like that.
Woo!
And apparently I didn't even get the minimum time on that one. Here, I'm doing it one more time because I refuse to leave this completely. And you see, if you can see where it's got the 0 and the X there, you can actually change what side it starts on. Okay, I got 30 seconds there.
I was wondering what that was.
And it'll drop on the left or right to kind of help you out. And you can, every time you hit the button, that swaps. So you can use that to kind of...
New record.
Yeah, to aim better and make it go where you want. And once you fill these up, like, the whole thing fills up. You know, it has, I think, 50 boards total.
Oh, there
maybe.
It goes further?
I think it goes beyond the bottom of the screen. There's a lot of boards. And every board has 5 different characters to unlock to help you go better.
Wow.
Some of them, let me show you one of the, like, 10 here is a catch level. On this one, you actually have to catch a Pokemon. So you hit it enough times with the ball, and then he falls over and you can catch him. And then you have to launch it out the hole after that to kind of clear the level. And you've only got 2 minutes to do so. See, it says 5 hit points. That means 2 left, 0. Okay, and now if he's got 0, he's down. But you only have so much time to get him once he's down. Before he goes back up to 1 hit point.
But thankfully it doesn't take a whole lot to...
Got him. And now, I just get it out the hole. Yeah, crud.
Wait for it. Oh, I guess there's that timer
there. Oh, these losers.
Well, they sort of help you.
They help you if you haven't caught them yet, because they throw it basically right at them, but less helpful when you're just trying to get it to go in the hole.
Oh my goodness.
No! Son of a biscuit.
Ah, come on. Oh, come on! That seems... Okay. Wait for it.
You can angle it in, too, if you can hit the right angle on the side.
Right.
But I'm not doing either. Let's see. Here. Does this go in? No, it doesn't.
No, it needs to be more... Come on! That was so close.
And this is the frustration of the game, too. A lot of times, especially on some of the later levels, like, it's just really tricky to line up. And it's like you can be...
That's so weird, because earlier you nailed it, like, right away.
Like, and 50 times. There we go. Okay.
Phew.
So I got it. I caught Pikachu. And that's why Pikachu then becomes unlocked.
Oh, for next time you play it.
In the next one, yeah. So...
If it kept your score.
If it kept your score, which it doesn't seem to now.
Sure
Every other thing else in the game does, but this wasn't. But then see if you go back to level 1...
Oh,
now you've got Pikachu, yeah, so...
Does
and I think all the other levels, it's open for
Pikachu
all of them,
for
yeah.
all of them. Okay, that makes sense. If it would save it. What are the options? Can you...
I can check the options if you want.
Save it.
Maybe that's the issue. Rumble, on or off.
Oh,
see, you can
fun.
set the contrast.
Goodness,
a lot of options for a game the size of a postage stamp. And this is, because this is sort of one of the full games, there's a lot of levels. There's a lot more to do on this one than there are on the party one. So if you started up this emulator thing and you played one of the first party ones, and you're like, oh my god, this is just, you know, really tiny and pointless, well, check out the Pinball and the Puzzle Collection, because they are more robust, definitely, than the other 4 games, the other 6 games that are there. Other 4. 5.
4.
4.
Oh yeah, 4.
This is the other, this is probably my favorite game in the collection, the Puzzle Collection, or in the set here. It's actually got 4 different types of puzzles, okay? Motion puzzles, or these sliding block puzzles. Here, we'll just do one real quick. And see, again, it didn't save the progress.
Saving and stuff, huh?
Oh, and this is a slide puzzle,
different.
yeah. And you pick up and swap directly, so it's not quite like the...
Like a slide puzzle.
Like a slide puzzle, yeah. It becomes a lot easier, but... Is that it? Yeah. Foot here. Eyeball. Arm, elbow, and there you go. So these guys aren't bad no matter how crazy they get. They're all, like, this type of puzzle is pretty manageable.
Is the next one a slide one?
Oh, that's why, because I did the... Let's see if this one's here. And yeah, this is the one we did before, and it's not saved. That's depressing. The shadow puzzles are... Okay, this is tangrams, if you're familiar with those. And I don't think... You can't rotate the pieces, which is actually
on the one hand,
helpful.
Makes it easier.
Yeah, it really does. Oh, you can rotate them. Oh, God. It's all over. That's gotta be right?
Oh.
Really? There we go.
Ah, phew. Phew.
I know, right? And then the little Pokemon peeks out that you find. He pops out from the side.
Oh, that's fun.
And ultimately, and I think you can save your progress on these. I'm just doing something wrong. But yeah.
I'm not sure why.
I think maybe you don't back out with Y or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. Anyway, there's the rescue mission. And once you get all of these unlocked, it unlocks a 4th type of puzzle too, I think. This is my favorite type. And this is the sliding block one where you have to... And you hit the button to kind of switch your cursor back and forth, but the interface is actually pretty effortless. So, like, the arrows change context depending on what's open as to what block slides where, and it actually is pretty easy to get stuff done. this is the
Yay!
first level, so it's obviously a really easy one. But if you take a look at some of the later ones,
they instead of being a bunch of singles, you'll have some doubles and singles, and and vertical and horizontal like that.
Like this one, this isn't necessarily super easy, because Anyway, but there you go. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and if I hit start. What's that do? I think I turned off the system. I did. Okay.
Interesting.
And you can see you can access this collection in Pokemon Channel by once you've unlocked. I think you actually have to buy the Pokemon Mini initially in the store, like in the shopping channel.
Along with the games, I think.
Yeah, in the games you get one by one. But once you've got it, you can access it right here next to your Nice Card album in the room that you start in, Pikachu's room. But there you go. That is the a little crash course in the Pokemon Mini. My favorite obscure Nintendo system, and probably the only one that's really obscure. If you want to bake somebody's noodle and talk about something that's less well known than the Virtual Boy.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Pokemon Mini is it.
And somebody actually pulled it out the other day, and I was like, the info, not actually physically pulled out of Pokemon, because that would be impressive.
Yeah, right?
Actually, it started talking about it. I was like, wow, you are like the only person I know who has ever talked about the Pokemon Mini without me saying anything about it.
Fun fact, in Japan they had a Tetris cartridge for it that we didn't get here. And yeah, I kind of regret that. It seems like the system would be perfect for Tetris.
Right.
So.
Well, it was a great little system.
Yeah.
I mean, and especially for the time. I mean.
And actually more portable than a Game Boy, if you can believe it, because I mean, I'm telling you, you could swallow the system.
Well, now don't be suggesting
Don't
that.
swallow the system. That's not a good idea, but you could.
Stop.
Okay.
Would it be like the size of your key fob on your alarms thing?
Yeah, about that. Like
right?
for my car, yeah, it was about that big.
Trippy, right? So you could actually carry it in your pocket, no problem.
You could, yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us.
See you next time.